If you're really worried for your cadet pilot selection process, if you're worried about your group activity, you can watch this group activity sessions. Hi, I'm Captain Deval Soni, a TEDx speaker and a pilot coded coach and mentor. After training thousands of aspiring cadet pilots, we have started this series. And on this in this group activity, we'll be discussing one of the riddle, which is a bank robbery. So we have to find out who is the robber. Okay, the group activity starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Krishna Gupta, and today we have gathered here for a group activity in which our objective is to find find the robber of the bank of First National Bank of Manitoba. In the bank, $1 million have been robbed from the bank wallet, which has been destroyed by the dynamite. Miss Ellington was the one who reported the robbery. The robbery occurred on 12th November, and at the time of the robbery was 8 a.m. Okay.
Okay, so we have four to five suspects. First one, like Ellington Howard, she was the in charge of the dynamite, and her brother, and Elwood Smith, she was the janitor. She had the keys of the bank. Then Darcy Flower, he was like roaming around the bank when the robbery happened. Before 2 3 days, he was roaming around the bank. Afterwards, we have the president who have the keys of the vault and the main bank door. So, like we all know that the greenbacks have keys to vault, and Ellington Harvard can she got the keys from of the vault from greenbacks and the keys of the bank from the janitor. So we can start from suspecting from the president.
Exactly. The wall of the bank was busted by the dynamite. So it is clear that there's no clue that the front door of the bank was also busted by the dynamite. So it's very possible that it was opened by the keys.
The front door was opened with the proper key only.
Front door of the bank. You're saying that the front door of the bank was opened with a key.
Yeah.
On only the president, janitor have the keys of that.
Yeah, but janitor, president, and the greenbacks. Yeah. They both have key for the bag.
Greenback.
So adding to that, President Mr. Albert Greenbacks and the janitor Elwood Smith had the keys of the bank, and Miss Ellington even borrowed the keys of the bank when he had some work from the president.
I think Ellington Howard, like she borrowed the keys from both the president and the janitor, and she was also the in charge of the dynamite. And it was mentioned that the door was busted by the dynamite. So it can be possible that the Ellington is the main culprit of doing all this.
And according to set of clues, the robbery was discovered on Friday, November 12th, 8 a.m. The bank closed the previous day at 5 p.m. So the crime happened in between.
Dynamite was stolen on November 10th, Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. True. So coming to the president first, Mr. Albert Greenbacks left the bank before the robbery, and he was having some trouble with his wife as she spent all his money. He was caught.
He was president. He was caught.
He was caught.
But I don't think so. The president was the main culprit because having trouble with his wife don't have any connection with the bank robbery. And it was also mentioned that he went away, like he went to the Brazil or something. He left the country before the robbery.
But there are very high chances that his all money were gone. So he might have possibly.
No, the money that was gone was his personal, not like the bank money was not robbed.
That's why we can decide like president is not involved in them. At the 12th of the day, he found at the Mexican City at the airport. Also, he was throwing at the Mexican City airport. Even he is a suspect in the situations.
See, it is mentioned here that the president gave the keys to Ellington Howard for some purposes. So I don't think the president was involved in all this because he gave his keys and he went to Brazil afterwards. Maybe some other country, I'm not sure.
And also, it's mentioned the stranger hippie person had been hanging around that bank on the Thursday, November 11th, watching employees and customers.
Yeah, one of the employee, Robert Ellington, reported that this man was roaming near the construction site.
Yeah, the hippie type character was also very suspectful person, and also the robbery of the dynamite also connects the dot with the person.
Yeah, Darcy Flowers was caught by the police. He was carrying $500 and he threw some package in the river when he was caught by the police.
Okay, so the money or whatever he threw in the water, I guess there is no relation between all this, because it was stated in the we were Ellington stated that Darcy Flowers stole something, or he was like roaming around the bank. We had the clue.
Yeah, he was roaming around the bank and as well as construction site also.
Yeah.
Bank and construction site.
Darcy Flowers roaming around the construction yard also found where that Shamsin was stolen.
Yeah.
So you were saying that the dynamite was stolen by Darcy Flowers.
Might be. There might be chances for that.
There might be some clues as she threw the package when the police arrived. So it maybe has some relation with that.
But the in charge of we were given that the Ellington Howard, Miss Ellington was in charge of dynamites. She was in charge, she was the in charge, so I don't think so there is any relation of her with Darcy.
Yeah. Even if we see Darcy Flowers was having breakfast with one of her friend.
Yes, exactly.
So already left the house after the breakfast. That means, and it was told bank was robbed already. So he is now out of the suspect list now.
Yeah, Darcy was having a breakfast
Sorry
and at ICS.
you guys, but we are only left with 10 minutes.
Okay. So we are cutting out Darcy from the suspect list
Yeah.
and also the president because he left the country.
Yeah.
Everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay. So we are moving towards Elwood Smith, the janitor.
Okay, so the Elwood Smith, I think so, can also be cleared because he was in Georgia at the time of the robbery and it is confirmed by the clerk at the robbery.
And also flight from a dog walk were upset after 4 p.m. So we could not have returned to meaning to.
Yeah, exactly. So
Flight records also confirm he arrived on November 11 at 5 p.m. before the robbery was discovered.
Okay, so I don't think so. She was in the dog walk at that time, and he don't had any plans of dog walk between 4 to 7 a.m. But he went out. So he was when the robbery happened, he was in the dog walk. So he's completely out. But Ellington told when the police came, the Ellington told her that he was. I don't know. Can you someone please tell me what Ellington told when Smith was in the dog walk?
Or will the dog go?
On the night of robbery, he was on dog walk.
Yeah.
Even police said that when we tried to locate the janitor, he disappeared. So that means we can have doubt on him.
but janitor was in Georgia at the time of the robbery and it is even confirmed by the flight timings.
Yeah.
So there's no count of doubt in the janitor and Mr. Elwood Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And janitor is the suspect. So everyone agrees that we can remove the janitor, Mr. Smith, from the suspect list.
Yeah.
It's exactly that because he was not present in the.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was also a connection of greenbacks and her brother, he was jealous, Arthur Noddo, we know. And it is given that he was jealous, but he had no connection with the robbery. So we can also cut him out of the suspect list. Arthur Noddo, if you all agree.
He left before the robbery. He had mental issues, but no proof of involvement. So we can.
Okay, so I think that jealousy don't have any relation with the bank robbery. So we can cut Arthur Noddo and the president all together out from this. So we are left with Ellington Howard and her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our prime suspect list, we have Miss Ellington.
Yeah.
And her brother.
And Howard, I must have.
I think they collaborated together to do the robbery. And they also tried to deviate the police from the main suspects.
Yeah, try to manipulate the police. So they'll link the case about the locals.
They made their own story by a week.
Yeah. And she also had access to the front door, often borrowed from Mr. Greenbags.
So yeah, Miss Ellington would have easily managed for the keys as she could have borrowed from the president.
Yeah.
So it was all easy for her to bring the keys from the janitor and main key to the vault. And she also managed to bring the dynamites. She was in charge of the dynamites basically. So and also she also tried to implicate the police from all the clues. she told them the lie.
They both tried to frame Smith, who was proven innocent. That was a major red flag. Red flag.
They tried to play with the timeline for when the police investigated. So it's very possible that Miss Ellington and her brother collaborated for the bank robbery. Yeah.
Okay. We all are agreeing that Ellington Hard and her brother collaborated together to do the robbery. And they tried to frame everyone except themselves. They tried to implicate everyone on.
This the opinion they have been manipulated.
Yeah. So they manipulated the facts and they tried to deceive everyone from the thing they have done.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think so we can move towards the conclusion. If anyone else has any points to add, we can probably add to it right now.
You have any points?
Yes.
One more point, that her brother Howard Ellington was in charge of the dynamites at ACME construction. And the dynamite was stolen just one day before the robbery at the bank.
And she was trying to frame Darcy for that, but he was out of everything.
And Mr. Smith as well.
Yes.
So they could have easily arranged the keys and the dynamite, which were used in the robbery at that time.
Okay. So we have got our answers. So are we all agreed to for the conclusion?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So thank you.
So let's move to the conclusion. So as we have solved the riddle, the president has given the keys to the Miss Ellington, who was the teller of the bank, and there are so many suspects around her and her brother that they might be the possible robbers. And also they played with the timeline and lied about everything about the suspects and the witnesses against them. They manipulated the things. So we have concluded that Miss Ellington and her brother were the robbers.
Even Howard supplied the dynamite also.
Then,
Yes.
so Ganga, from where did you get this, your body language?
So it was nice or it was.
You tell me, what do you think?
I think I tried to maintain it out there.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
From where did you get this?
I just maintained it from the GD's word. Right?
And I mean, in school, were you participating in some event?
Yes, sir. So I was state level debater, so I had the stake.
That's why. Good. I mean, you've shown a good leadership skills. Okay, you're in 12th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're entering into 12th. Yeah, good. So she was kind of leading the group. It was very good. Maybe because she's been participating in debates and all during her school. So good, yeah. Krishna, fine. Lalit, fine. Athar, fine. But I think Athar, last time when you spoke, you were more comfortable, more contributor. I think this time he was okay.
Sir, this time I didn't had the much clue about this riddle.
Riddles, yeah.
Was
So guys, So guys, when you know the topic, when you don't know the topic, that's how you have to play, in the group activity. You have to play smart. You have to acknowledge people. You have to appreciate people. If you don't have any point, to contribute, at least appreciate, at least acknowledge. Yeah, that's one of the great point you have mentioned. Keep writing. Give a conclusion. Something or other way, you have to be a part of this group. Otherwise, we are gone. So, Dilip, this time, I mean, I know the last time you were been doing good, but because this time you were not knowing the topic well. And Chandan, Avdesh, okay, but I wanted a better performance from you.
Yeah, I'm not good in riddles, so yeah, just going bouncer to me.
So practice more riddles, guys. Do some more research. Take some random riddles. Practice in that evening wala discussion which I told you. Practice here also. Make a group
and get more, so that you'll be able to give more answers. You'll be more logical. All right, Priyanshu, no, okay, you have to work a lot, and I will advise you that 1, 2, 3, 4. At least you 4 people need a lot of grooming in terms of communication skill. You're fine, but still you need more. But Chandan, दिलीप एंड प्रियांशु बट आपको भी बहुत काम करने की जरूरत है, बहुत ज्यादा. ठीक है? Any doubts?
I messed up with the intro with that killer. Sorry? I messed up with the intro with that killer instead of the robber. That's okay. But it's actually the first time I'm sitting here in the redirect. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, those slip of tongue is absolutely fine. You should know how to correct it. That's fine. We are all humans.
Sir, as I wasn't aware of the riddle, and I've said I will do the conclusion.
Yeah.
And I messed up with the conclusion part. So
Then that is fine. That is still fine. It is still fine. If someone, was it decided that who's gonna be doing the conclusion?
no, sorry.
No, it was not decided, na. So I mean, one among who haven't contributed much in the group activity, maybe someone from that can do the conclusion part. Okay, acknowledge that you have learned a lot. Like in the last group activity, one of the person, she acknowledged in the conclusion that thank you so much. I've learned a lot from this riddle. So she somehow compensated. She didn't contribute much in the main this thing, but she somehow in the conclusion she somehow compensated. All right. So do more practice on the riddles. It will get you better on the logical. And even if the logic is not coming out, please just talk something. I mean, not talk rubbish. I'm not advocating this. Okay. But yeah. All right. ठीक है.
If you are someone who lacks communication skills, with practice, you'll be able to overcome this. But definitely, it is getting very competitive. But practice is the only way. And I think being around good people in a good environment, I think you can really excel your communication skills. Let's join GE community, and I'm sure that you will be able to clear your cadet selection process very easily. Thank you. See you in the next video.